Hello, this is the CBI Weekend Updates. We bring you the updates that has happened within the week. I am Juliet Onwubere. First on our list is the Ibadan explosion, which is a tragic event for the citizens of Ibadan. We'll be joining Ibadan citizens to get to know what actually caused and the measures the government has taken in order to avoid the reoccurrence of such tragic incidents in anywhere in the country. Let's listen to them.
That's the explosion. I don't have first-hand information, but from the CSC checks from the company, we are told that most people on the staff are foreigners. Then the question will be, what is the motive behind that? So, but I think that at that level, government must put some strong regulatory checks in place so that we don't just cry after the aftermath of these things. These regulatory checks are there even before it happens. For me, I think somebody played with the regulatory checks and that got to where it got. I wouldn't want to begin to point hands to foreigner, but I think it's about regulatory checks. The people, the agencies required and responsible for regulation should do their job. They aren't just cutting corners, they aren't just making people go. They should do their job so that some of these things will not happen in the future.
The next update in line is the African Cup of Nations, which is currently taking place in Cote d'Ivoire. As we know, Nigeria is currently in Cote d'Ivoire representing Nigeria in the African Cup of Nations. Their first game was with Equatorial Guinea, which they drew the match. And the second game was with Cote d'Ivoire, which they won the match. Now the question is, can Super Eagles bring back this cup to Nigeria? Let's go to this race and hear the views of the people, the chances of Super Eagles winning the African Cup of Nations.
Yeah, my opinion regarding this African Cup of Nations, I believe the chances for Nigeria coming home is minimal. Based on their first performance, which they drew 1-1, and then the second performance, which they had a penalty to set them a 3 points ahead of the table. So I believe the chances is not that much, but if there is an opportunity for them to improve their method of play, their chances of bringing the cup home would increase. But for now, I believe it's 40-60. The chances of winning the cup is just 40%. 60%. So we just hope that looking at their next coming match, maybe in the next 3 or 4 days, they would play something better and then see the victory. That will determine where they will pass out from group stage to round of 18. So that's what I think. Thank you so much.
From their last match, there's a sign of improvement. So with that sign of improvement, they have gotten their rhythm. And also they have gotten the secrets. I mean, they have recognized their strengths. And now when they capitalize on their own strengths, I think they are going to win the next match. Super Eagles is full of talented players. I think they will go a long way, either winning the cup or getting to semi-final.
Before, but I say this is an African Cup of Nations. It's like Nigeria won't go far because what they did against Ivory Coast, I don't think they can perform more than that. So that's what I saw in the tournament. Likewise, the same thing Egypt, because personally, a person like me, I support Nigeria and Egypt. But surprising thing, I saw what they win. So I don't think they won't go longer more than this.
As a Nigerian, I'm not a Ghanaian, in Nigeria, and I pray for my country.
Yeah.
And I want all the Eagles. Nigeria is a giant of Africa. And for Nigeria to be giant of Africa, we had the hair, never be the tail. We will win it. There's nothing too small. It is what you ask God, He will give it to you. I think day before yesterday, my friend told me that God said you should pray for the Super Eagles. And they won. And I joined to pray. I pray for them. And if you love your country, you pray for this country and you pray for the good things to happen. And that is what we are talking about. God doesn't make mistake for creating us a Nigerian. I'm not a Ghanaian, I'm a Nigerian, typical Nigerian indeed, that God wants. And the Super Eagles, we have to be praying for them. Then pray for the youth in the sport, because we want the sport of Nigeria to be grow more than before. Yekini, they are the best during their own time. But this millennium, we want the best out of Yekini regime. Are you getting me? So I believe that Nigeria will win. Nigeria will win, and I wish Nigeria to win the cup.
Up next is the alleged 585 million fraudulent saga in the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs by the Minister Betta Edu. Let's go on the street and hear what the people has to say about this. Let's know how this present administration will be able to curb this incessant fraudulent acts in Nigeria.
Issue of fraud in Nigeria, I think the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs, looking at it from the administration of Betta, it's a very, very poor one. It's a very, very poor performance, because rating it from the incidents that happened in the Plateau State, just of recent, Bariki, Lagi, and Focus local government, those people seriously, they need humanitarian support from the federal government. So she, in charge of that position, has a vital role to play. So that's a very, very bad one. I think for the presidency of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, he needs a very better representative in his ministerial position, such as the likes of Yeson Wike with his performance in the FCT. Everybody is seeing it. Nobody will say he's not appreciating it. That's why we know here there are negative part of it and there are positive part, but the positive part are overshadowing the negative part of it. So for the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs, I think Betta, what's her son name, I forgot it, but Mrs. Betty or Betta or somebody needs to play a more better role. That if only her allegations are being cleared upon her, but if her allegations are not being cleared, then I think the presidency has to make a better choice of appointment in the humanitarian ministry. So that's all I can say about that one. But we just hope all these allegations and then fraudulent activities in Nigeria will definitely come to an end one day. Even if not under the presidency of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the forthcoming president, maybe after 4 years to 8 years, we believe there will be something better to give ahead than this. Thank you very much.
Another unfortunate for we Nigerians, because all these things have been happening before. All these corrupt practices is becoming a norm in Nigeria, which is not good. Everyone, even a school boy, students, or even a small boy now, is thinking on how to get to government and steal from government. I mean, that mentality or that attitude, we Nigerians, we are buying that attitude. Really unfortunate for us. So if I were this government now, they should really want to set up a stringent measure so that subsequent government will take up for them. Anyone that comes stealing public funds, and we should face the music in a harsher way so that it will discourage others from doing that. Just imagine Edo that we lost, it's up to 2 months in office. Look at the money, look at our mindset. Before you get into that post, our mindset is only to come and steal that money. It's the day in our mind. Immediately she gets a lot of money. She amassed 520 million naira. I mean, that mindset is set to be changed from one Nigeria.
We can adopt the China system. We create a law, anybody that steals, they jail him or they kill him. As simple as that. Because the corruption has eaten deep into our system, and then it's like part of the system. Nobody is willing to do anything. So I think the legislator, if they are really serious about fighting corruption, let's just make a law. If you steal, they kill you. Simple as that, and Nigeria gets it.
The president is not up to 7 or 8 months in the office. Look at the one that you can and other people are suffering. So if it is a person like me, I will have sentenced the person maybe 2 to 3 years. And when he came back, other people will learn the lesson from him. Concerning the embezzlement in the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs, I think that it's been just a culture that has been in Nigeria for far too long, and it's nothing new. It's just that it is happening at this point in time. One of the things government need to do, government must come up with the will to end in his governance. So one of the things that needs to be done is to bring that will, to say, we will end this. And when we get to that point, some of these things will be easier to overcome. It's unfortunate Betta Edu is caught up in the webs. She's not the only one. There have been many other agencies who have been transferring money to private accounts. So it's nothing new. I just feel that some persons are trying to score cheap political points with this particular scenario. Because the Ministry of Defense has been a whole lot of same replica of same events. The fact that it is said that it has an approval means that some cabal is aware of this transaction. So I think Betta is just being used as a scapegoat for a bigger political mess we find ourselves. That's my opinion.
As a leader, if you have the fear of God, you make use of your office good. Are you getting me? God placed you there to do good to people. God placed you there to put smiles on people's faces. God placed you there to do good things to Nigeria. The wealth of Nigeria, the resources of Nigeria, it didn't say we should waste it. It is not for one person. It's for all. Are you getting me? It's for all. And for the reason, as a woman, you fear God. If you fear God, you will do things in fairness of Him. In our office, we should fear Him. It is good to handle whatever He places in our hands to use it successfully. And in the regime of His Excellencies, that's Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and that's that's why God placed Him there. And that is why it's supposed to be that we should act and pray with Him and pray along with Him. That Nigerian of yesterday has changed. We want Nigeria, new Nigeria, new action, new thinking, new attitude. Are you getting me? Towards anything God placed in your heart for our leader. And I pray that God should give them, looking at our national anthem, He said, guide our leaders right. I pray God will guide them right. From National Assembly to House of Prayer, God will guide them right. They need our prayer. We will continue praying for them to do the right thing at the right time. This word is not for one person. It's not for one dialect or one state. No, it's for all. And we have to utilize it according to God's plan for Nigeria. So Nigeria can come out in fly colors. And the light of God can shine it for. Because I believe in Nigeria. Nigeria will be changed. It will not be the same. I believe in God. That God will change Nigeria to the new Nigeria. And we are getting there. Because it has already been from the beginning. A lot of things have been rough from the beginning. And for now that God has placed His Excellency, President Ahmed Tinubu, I know God will use him and use the people other. Anybody that lost Nigeria will do good to Nigeria. And we think good, we act good. That's what God is asking from us. Thank you.
This is really appalling for Nigeria and Nigerians as a whole. We pray that the present government of Bola Ahmed Tinubu will do something possible in order to cease these incessant fraudulent acts happening in the ministries, departments, and agencies. And it's a wrap on today's weekend update here on CBI Community Network. I remain Juliet Omer. Do like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel till we come your way next week. Bye for now.